anyway. So big shout out to those guys watching over there. And here we go. Catz in the red trunks spawning to the east of the Metalopolis, playing Zerg versus his opponent, the one and only White-Ra, spawning to the south of the map, playing Protoss in the blue trunks. Oh yeah. Well, that was quite the comeback, wasn't it? White-Ra went to town on Catz the first time. That first game, very, very commanding position. Catz goes with an unconventional strategy. Although I must say, White-Ra with a fairly unconventional strategy as well. I've been thinking, hey, is that just your Forge Fast expansion? Is it straight into cannons? Well, we're going to mix some gateways in there for good measure. It's a little proxy base that he had going on there, a little outpost outside the ramp of Catz. But Catz managed to deal with it very well, and he countered with a proxy of his own. Dumps the hatchery directly into the base. White-Ra doesn't see it coming and gets caught out by it. And then finally, when the roaches pop up, White-Ra with a stalwart and valiant defense, just nothing he can really do about that. Catz sliding across right here for the scout. Open the gateway on 11 supply. That is an early gateway, folks. A little bit earlier than you would usually expect. Looking to maybe repulse early game aggression there from Catz, or maybe looking to apply his own. Certainly a possibility one way or the other. Here's the scout. Ra waits. He now knows where his opponent is because Catz, of course, went across, had a look-see, see what he could see. It's like, well, you got there that quickly when you must be over here. So he has a look. Now, what are we looking at right now, though? Well, we're looking at stealing some minerals, because you know what? That's what high-level players do. It's as simple as that. We're going to take these minerals and we're going to do away with them. Forge coming up again. But gateway before Forge this time. Hatchery coming up once again for Catz. Fast expansion right there. Probe repulsed by a couple of drones, pulled off the line to deal with it. Catz looking to slide across again. Got a scout a second time pylon coming up. I wonder if that is even relevant now that he knows that there's a pylon coming up right next to it. He's got to assume that something unpleasant's about to happen. Double pylon. Looking for cannons to try and deal with that fast expansion. Very likely. That would be a way to deal with it, certainly. Zealot on its way as well. Get a few mobile forces to deal with it. Wow, Ra is pulling a hell of a lot of probes off his mineral line right there. Looking to try and deal with that drone. That drone's going to get away, though. There's the first photon cannon. Cancelled out of one of his pylons. But this entire freaking game is nothing but proxies. And Catz knows for a fact that he couldn't keep on with that hatchery. Can't defend against that. He's had to cancel out of it. And now that means the momentum of the game at this point in time is being dictated firmly by White-Ra. Bear in mind, though, Catz has got an awful lot of money at his disposal. He can do an awful lot with it. Zealot straight into the mineral line, surrounded there by the drones. They say, no, get out! You're not invited. Absolutely not, but still, Ra looks to try and take some out. Absolutely fantastic micromanagement there, pulling the weak drones off the line, but the Zealot takes one, takes two, almost takes a third. Ra keeping an eye out, and indeed, why wouldn't he? Catz is a slippery individual. Can't be trusted. You do all manner of crazy things. You just don't know. You are looking to harass those probes hanging around. Can he get one? Yes, he can. There you go. Taking probes left, right, and center. If we have a look at the economy, you'll also notice that Ra is far ahead as a direct response of dealing with that fast expansion. But here we go. Catz is expanding right now into the golden minerals instead. It's a fairly good idea. It's out of the way. Ra hasn't scouted it right now. The thing is, Ra's got a nice little beachhead right there to push into the base. Once again, chasing away the drones. If we have a look at the production tab, Ra's building... I was going to say, Ra's building 3 cybernetics cores. That's an interesting play. Builds a cybernetics core, cancels again. Double cybernetics core into gateway, ladies and gentlemen. As you do. As you do. Wonderful. Looking forward to see what comes out of that. Unconventional play, absolutely fantastic. Zealot's pushed away into the mineral line, though. Big damage once again. The Cat's going to try and take down that queen. Can he do it? Loses one Zealot. Loses 2. Great defense there by Catz. Good repulse, but once again, damage done. Not a huge amount, though. Could have been an awful lot worse. That was an expensive harassment there. Okay, cybernetics core. Why would you build 2 cybernetics cores? Well, generally speaking, the reason you do that is to research 2 things simultaneously. The only things you can research are air and, of course, hallucination. Hallucination. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? We'll see. Attempts to rebuild right there have been dealt with by Catz. No problems whatsoever. Once again, that expansion pretty damn safe. Hasn't been spotted as of yet. Ra continuing to apply pressure to the main base of Catz, ignoring that expansion. That could allow Catz to speed up and indeed catch up with that nice little gold mineral spot over there. He loves gold, ladies and gentlemen. He's going for it. Counterattack coming in right there, but of course definitely defended by Ra. Ra's not going to let that slip past. Still, that is an awful lot of Zerglings he's going to have to deal with. I'm still confused and puzzled as to why he went double Cybernetics Core. I will be completely honest with you there. That is a little crazy. But hey, there you go. Let's build 2 Cybernetics Cores. Why not? Always handy to have a spare, folks. Case of a rainy day. Roaches on the way for Catz. A good solid decision there. Not breaking the line with those, and he's not going to break the line with those Speedlings either. He knows it. He needs more ranged firepower, and he's got to get it. Problem is, of course, we end up in a similar situation. Ra's able to counter those with Stalkers very well. His Stalker play is exceptional. And it's not like Catz has the upper hand now in terms of aggression. Something he needs to be looking out for. Finally trying to push his weight in on that photon cannon. Is he going to take it? Looks like he is. It's a good placement there. Notice where Ra placed it. So there's minimal exposure there from the Speedlings. Still enough to take it out, though. That beachhead finally annihilated. Level 1 weapons upgrade coming up right here. And those 2 Cybernetics cores sitting there for no apparent reason. Oh, well, I suppose if he needs to do a lot of air upgrades very rapidly, he'll be able to do that. No sign of a Stargate as of yet. We're into 4 Gateway right now. Relying on Gateway units for the time being. Ra pushing him once again. What's he got? He's got 2 Stalkers. He's got 2 Zealots. He has a Sentry to back them up as well. There we go. 3rd Zealot backing it up. Oh, yeah, that Spine-Crawler doesn't stand a chance. No way. And he even manages to save that Zealot as well. Perfect timing right there. Catz, in response, has 7 Roaches on the way. Ra's got to suspect that, though. Speedlings coming in to try and flank from the side. Nice block off there by Ra. Ra's able to deal with it very, very well indeed. Looking to try and take a Stalker. Does he take a Stalker? Yes, he does. Catz takes it, and the Roach is coming in from the side. That's going to crush that force unless he backs away immediately. Zealot sliced it into tiny little kibbles. Ra looking once again to place a proxy pylon, but that ain't going to happen. Those Roaches are going to melt that probe. No question. Wishing perhaps that he hadn't got out of bed this morning. I have to wonder, do probes have beds? I suppose they have some kind of little robotic bed that they're stowed in when they're not in use. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Probably not all that comfortable, though. Look at that, though. Ra is already bringing out the counter units. Stalkers on the way. Get a little bit of extra damage against the armor. No question about that. That's going to go in favor of Ra. There's no question. Catz is going to get sliced into tiny pieces right here. Micromanages his units away. Doesn't lose a single one. And now, unfortunately, those Roaches off the creep are going to get sniped at as they come in. Here come the Speedlings for the counterattack. Can they catch him unawares? Looking to do it. It's pretty good, but still, I'm not convinced as a direct result of the numbers right there. Able to take some units off of Ra, but not enough. Those Roaches are absolutely toast. No question about that. Now, Ra is also now aware of the presence of this. Yes, he is well aware of what's going on here. Second hatchery on its way. A little bit of harassment there. And moving in once again with a force of Stalkers, and it is a formidable force of Stalkers. Up comes the proxy pylon for the reinforcements, ramming his way once again into the base of Catz. What has Catz got to defend against 10 Stalkers and a Sentry? Right now, not an awful lot. He's got 12 Zerglings, and he is looking to run them into the base of his opponent. That's exactly what's happening right here. Looking to do a little bit of harassment on the mineral line. If we go back to here, what we'll notice is that Ra is doing the same thing. The problem is Ra's got way more firepower at his disposal right now, and he's able to warp in for the defense. Not a lot of damage done there by Catz. Catz getting torn into tiny little ribbons right here. This lair's going to go down. He's not going to be able to spawn anything. He's going to have to rely on these double hatcheries right here on his gold expansion. A lot more coming up. He's got Roaches on the way. He's got Spine Crawlers on the way. He does have a good amount of income coming in as a direct result of having that, but his harvest account is half of his opponent. Running the gauntlet once again right here, all the way straight into the mineral line. They're going to slice it into tiny pieces. No question about that. No big damage done whatsoever with that. A little bit of disruption of the mining operations, no big deal. This needs to get a Stalker out there. He can deal with it. He knows it. That's exactly what he's warping in. And that base, absolutely toast. No big surprise there. Didn't have to watch that. We knew he wasn't able to defend it. And now he's relying solely on this expansion right here. Spawning pool coming up. He can't actually spawn anything great right now. He knows it. He lost his spawning pool. That is a huge blow to any Zerg player. Harassing the pylons, as far as I'm concerned, out of spite more than anything else. You're not going to take me alive, you bastard. It's not going to happen, though, I'm afraid. Can't even take that single pylon out, and in comes a force for the ages, folks. What, we've got 14 Stalkers moving in right here. They're going to run themselves up against an incomplete line of Spine Crawlers. Zerglings coming up, and the Roach Warren being rebuilt, but it's not going to be enough. Honestly, there's absolutely no way he's going to defend this. in any successful manner. Those spine crawlers will not be up in time. In come the Stalkers, additional backup coming in from the rear as well. That is it as far as I'm concerned. I just don't see how he could repulse this. Catz is just a matter of time right now. Spawning pulled down once again, nothing else, hiding roaches and the remainder of his Zerglings in the corner. He knows he's got a good game right here. He's got a good game. There's just nothing he can do about it. He pulls back regardless. Roach Warren almost up, looking to get the spawn form there. That's not going to happen though. First, all the way down, a final last stand as he swarms in there with his units. It's good, he manages to take a few units with him. It's not going to be enough though. Not going to be enough. Good game, ladies and gentlemen. And White Ro8 takes it 2-1 in this best of 5 series.